Well, Tim here at Force Automotive. I wanted to do a second video on this seat. Something I forgot to mention earlier. Taking this apart. These are these plastic track type things. Are what locks the cover into the base. I don't know that I'd do one of these without replacing the base. So, because one, the foam is what keeps you comfortable, and two, these plastic tabs that those sit in are pretty hard to get out without damaging. I got most of them out. Some of them started tearing a bit. I mean, you could reuse one. I wouldn't. If you're going to go this far, just put new foam in. So, update on this seat cover. It was, well, that's a gust of wind. It was kind of a beast. I would have bought an OEM one. They didn't have one available. Like I said, the cushion was OEM. It's pretty good. I don't know how much the OEM one would have cost. So far I noticed that there's a little, not imperfection there, but I don't know that I'm going to complain about it. It feels good, looks good. It's a pretty close match. I mean, an old car, it's never going to be perfect because it's been out in the weather and sun. So anyway, let me flip this thing up. So the hard part is getting this front lip on. Man, it took some engineering to figure that out. So that like folds over. You'll know when you take it off how it goes. But anyway, so this is how it goes on, at least for me, is you put on, get your foam down in the back first, and then make sure the foam's in the right spot. And then you put on this back, let me see if I can get a picture of it somewhere. This back plastic, I won't focus. Let me see if I can roll the seat over. This black piece goes on first. That's one of your first hooks, and you'll know because you have to remove all these to get the seat off. So you put that on. There's some Velcro ones that are just right in here. You're going to do those before you even put the seat onto the frame. And then, other than that, you click all those plastic channels I showed you a minute ago into the new channels on here. I started at the middle and worked my way out, and they slide around a bit, so it's not like it's got to be perfect. But this sucker, that was a beast. And these side ones here, basically I did all the attachments. Oh, gosh, so hard to see in there. That one there, and same thing over here. The loom's in front of it. Those were a little tricky. I used a long screwdriver to kind of prime in place. But this one, I ended up where it's got to be rolled and pushed up in to grab. And the factory one's got a better design than this. I mean, they both do the same thing, but this cover wasn't quite as nice as the factory up here. Everything else was really good. But it did go. So I ended up having to kneel on this to get the extra length I needed to pull this down far enough. And basically it has to roll over and fold in and then lock. So it's a bit of a beast. But we're on. It looks great. Now I just got to put the rest of the plastic on this thing, and when I borrow the Suburban, I'm gonna appreciate it, and Mama's gonna like that too. She wasn't complaining. I'm just kind of a perfectionist, and I don't care how old cars are. Like I just fix stuff. I want it to right. Like I've fixed these back trim panels on both sides, and like these headlights, I'm gonna polish them first, and if they don't look good, I'm gonna replace them. And and I'll probably end up starting to get the buffer on the paint and stuff eventually, even though we live out in the dirt, and that's why I bought this thing. But I don't know. I just like fixing stuff. I'm addicted. So anyway, not bad. That front edge is a little bit of a beast, but honestly, once I started kneeling on the front to give it all the extra slack I needed, that helped immensely. So there's some tips.